Okay. So good evening, all. Good evening. Okay, we have Akila, Alok, Shafi, Sakshi,
Coco,
Jaideep.
और जगह
Good. Okay, we are streaming. Let me plug in LAN cable to avoid yesterday's drama. Okay. So good evening, all. Good evening. Okay, we okay, team. So chalo, let's get started. Fine. The time right now is 9:03, and today's topic is something very interesting and very important. Okay, and it is something that everybody of us should be aware of because we might end up passing through this. Okay, and basically two things we are going to touch today. One is key dealing with low performances. Okay, and the other one comes ki, yes, there will be some corporate politics and stuff like that happening. So how do you navigate through all of these things properly? Okay, so these will be the two things which will be coming, and I think it's very important to know that because otherwise it people learn it via a very hard way, and it can really remove peace from your life. Okay, so there is one side okay, we are very excited about IT industry, job, working, but on the other side, if you deal with these two things, okay, low performances and corporate challenges, the politics and all those games in the industry, so that will take your mental peace completely away from you. You will become unhappy and like a lot of things. Okay, there will be a lot of mental challenges which will come along with it. Okay, so and you never know which company, which project, which people can do that. Okay, so it's very important that we can already prepare ourselves so that we can deal with all this with ease. Okay, and ho jata hai, it's not a big thing. We need to understand one first before getting started ki wherever there are human beings there will be problems. Okay, so because we are chaos, our thoughts are there, and ego will be always there for people, and somebody like rising up, somebody falling back, so all that drama will be there. And when a corporate world is like that kind of a world, it's competitive world, everybody wants to grow, everybody wants to succeed, people want money, and then in such case a lot of drama can happen, and because of that these two primary things happen is low performance, and the second one is dealing with the politics that comes in the corporate side. ठीक है, चलो एक एक करके अभी लेते हैं and we'll try to do the best that we can so that you can consider these as your checklist for getting started with your career wherever you are right now. ठीक है, even as a beginner or later on whatever, if you are already in the industry it will help you there as well. ठीक है, now first of all चलो let's focus on the first topic. Okay, dealing with low performance. Okay, one thing is for sure. Okay, you need to always consider both the perspectives. Okay, so one side is you, other side is your team, your company. Okay, and it has to be a situation where both are getting value and like success is happening for both basically. Okay, so you should also grow, the company should also grow, you plus the team both together has to grow. Okay, now you some things which you will listen as part of today's session, you might feel ke अरे यार तौसिफ क्या बोल रहा है, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, but I want to be very fair and square and I want to tell you the reality of situation whether you like it or not, or whether you accept it or not, but those are facts. Okay, and I want you to really absorb it, process it, think through it later, and then define your actions. ठीक है, देखो one thing, think from a perspective, forget that you are an employee. First we are discussing about the low performances. Okay, forget that you are an employee of a company, change the game. Let's say you have your own organization, you have your own project and you have hired people. Okay, and if they are low performance, what will you do about them? Okay, forget about how good you are, how bad you are, you need to change the game. If you have your company, there is billing, there is deadline, you have to give the best software to the customer, and all these things is happening and you have low performances, what will you do about it? Okay. There is a simple thing. First, train the people. Okay. That's what the standard way of dealing with situation is, train the people. Okay. The second way of dealing with is transfer the people. Okay. So transfer as in, we have positioned you for some role right now. You are not able to perform good at that role. You have got enough training, still not able to perform good at that role. Then the second step comes is try to see where do you fit. Maybe we can change your role, give you to somebody else, some other team, some other position, and maybe you might be a best fit there. So the step one to deal with low performance is train the people. Step two will be transfer the people. Okay. And the third one is terminate the people. Okay. All three are required, because you need to think, if you are having an organization having low performers, okay, it's like the system will fail in a long run if you have low performance. So if you are one of it, you are a problem to the system. Okay. And ideally you should not be there in the industry. Okay. Accept it. If you are a low performer, industry doesn't want you. You will always belong in the bottom crap of the industry, which will be removed whenever layoffs happen, all those things happen. Get the right mindset. There is nothing wrong about it. Accept it. If you are a low performer, there is no place in the industry, and you will struggle. You will have problems with life and the projects. And think from the perspective, if you have your organization, what kind of people would you like to have, and what kind of people will you not like to have? Okay. So accept it first of all. Okay. Now the thing is, let's come back to the employee perspective. Right now the problem happens ki people don't accept the fact that they are bad performers. Okay. They don't accept it, they don't digest it, and because of that they don't really try to solve the problem. It is something which can be solved, but first step comes like accept that fact that we are having performance issues. Because if you don't accept it, if you fight that statement itself, you will never be able to improve. You will always struggle with your life. So from the company perspective, there are three things to deal with low performers: train them, or transfer them, or terminate them. Okay. It has to be handled. You cannot tolerate low performance. Understand, I'm trying to put the company perspective in front of you. What happens, let me tell you, if in my team I'm having 10 people, like we have good people also, we have bad people also. I'm giving an example. Okay. Let's say out of the bad people, like there are one or two candidates, they are not performing well. Packages ye wo to everybody is getting the money, but there are one two people who are not performing well. And if we tolerate low performers in the system, okay, it will start impacting the other good performers also over a period of time. It will not happen in one go, but in a 6 months duration, 1 year duration, the good performers will be like, "Arey, we are working so much hard, and like we are doing everything for the system, and these guys are just sitting, they are not able to do it, and why should we do their work? And they do a bad quality work, we are going and fixing their problem." So good performers will become bad in the long run if low performance is tolerated. So there will be some teams, some managers which will allow low performance to continue, but it ends up in a very disaster. If you look at it like 6 months, 1 year duration, it will end up in a disaster. So it should not be tolerated. Think, if you have your own team, you should not tolerate. If you become a lead having own team, you should not tolerate low performer. Either train them and improve the people. If still they are not improving, try to look for other role where you can put these people. If that is not happening, then better to let those people go. Okay, that's the company side. And now you need to understand that everything is important, because these people will spoil the entire system and will not have the proper growth basically. Okay, the system will fail, they will fail, everything will fail. Now from the employee perspective, okay, one thing, there low performance, if you really want to understand, it can happen like sometimes you are good, sometimes you are bad. That could be one variant. Okay, you're ideally very good, but something is going wrong in your life right now. Okay, maybe personal problems, this, that. Because of that, you're not able to focus, and because of that, you're not able to get the right work. होते रहता है. This is a part of life. So you need to understand, yes, ideally I am a good person, I am really good in my skills and all that, but right now down phase is happening, so I'm not able to focus. That is one variant where you are low performing. Okay. Now another variant is, okay, you're always belonging in that category of C or the D category. We spoke about it 2 days ago, A, B, C, D, right? You always are that person only which belongs in the bottom layer. Okay, you're not even able to meet the expectation. You're not able to like, okay, below D, better to remove you. You are belonging in that category. So there will be one key phased low performance. So ideally you are good, but something has happened in your life for which there is a downfall, that is phased low performance. Another one is, in general you are a low performer. Okay, and there is a different way to handle everything. Okay, देखो, right now we will be discussing as part of this workshop, what can you do about it. Forget about what can company do. So we should discuss and think about what can we do if we are going through those phases. Okay, now देखो, first important piece, if it is phased one, it is easy to handle. That means you're ideally good. Right now something is going wrong in your life, it is easy to handle that situation. Okay, so let's speak about that for a moment. Okay, first of all, you need to be very transparent with your team members. Okay, that is, accept it, and then it's okay to discuss it with the people. Don't, many people get into this trap ki, if I tell, what will happen. Accept it and discuss it with your people who can really help you to overcome that situation. Okay, so before they coming to you, you approach them. Right now there is something really going wrong in my life. Because of that, I am not able to focus on my work properly. I will try to do my best, but I am struggling right now. Okay, could you please guide me, suggest me, do something so that we can overcome this situation. You have to take the first step. Don't wait and don't overthink why, if my performance is not good, what will they think, they will do this, they'll not do anything. We are all human beings, we can talk and get our work done. Okay, so my suggestion will be, if you are dealing with that phase, straight away go talk to the people in power. Accept the fact that right now it's a tough phase going for me, and I really want to solve it, and this is what I am trying to do for solving it. How can you help me in doing that? Okay, and then there will be some outcome coming. Sometimes what happens is, abhi, it's a very recent story. Okay, just 3 weeks ago. Okay, one of the person that I know, okay, this is a real incident. That person got recently married. Okay, and after marriage, a lot of things might happen here and there. Okay, and wo bichara bahut, he started struggling a lot, and he dropped messages to his manager. Real incident happened just a few weeks ago. He dropped message to the manager ki, ideally good person, the same case that we are discussing. He dropped message to the manager ki, I am not able to focus because something is really broken down in my life. I am emotionally broken right now. I will not be able to concentrate. He took that step, raised it out, and then looking for a solution together. What to do, how can we solve it? Okay, and then as an outcome, anything can happen. Okay, dekho, if you are good, people will always give you consideration. It's a phase. Okay, immediately they discuss ki bhai theek hai, 15 days ki leave le le. Okay, it's okay, we will take care of the work, we will convince the client business, take a leave of 15 days, try to get back. They discuss ki what should he do also in the 15 days, and once you're back, then life will be like, we'll resume back. That was one solution. So there is no like one solution, anything can happen. But step number one is you accepting the fact, reaching out, discussing for solution there. We did that. Okay, like for 15 days he was off, he resumed back again, and yes, now it is like more powerful bonds. Okay, the company respected his situation, gave him ki, theek hai bhai, we trust you, life may, lot of ups and downs happen, we give you that buffer, go. And then he also recognizes, comes back, and now he gave a statement ki, I'm now fully back in the game, and I really appreciate and thank you this organization for understanding this. And then it works out. Okay, so do this, a nice beautiful solution will come. If not full leave, people will plan less work for you so that you can overcome that. They will not try to further bully you in such situation. They will say, okay, tough phase going, okay, let's do some less work. We'll assign only 40% or 50% of your bandwidth. Utna hi dekh le, and somehow, somewhat, they will try to manage. But if you don't express it out, then people will be like, oh, this guy was so good right now, no, not sure what's happening in his life, and then will be further consequences. So if you don't open up, people will misinterpret you, and that will have bigger consequences. They might be like, he has taken another job, he's parallelly working here and there, and like he's not focused on our project anymore, his priorities have changed, like a lot of other things will happen. So dealing with this situation is easy. Face it, confront it, raise it, discuss it, try to have some solution, and then apply and put efforts to rise up from that situation. Okay. Now, few things. What should be your action strategy? Okay. What should be your action strategy whenever you are dealing with these kind of low performance? Okay. देखो guys, always in any of our session we speak about this कि पहला mindset होता है. It all starts with a proper mindset, rest comes later, because with a broken mind you will not be able to get results. Okay, देखो, I have also been through these phases where there has been low times. Okay, 2-3 things I installed in my mindset which helped me to deal with it. Okay, one was it was interview of this guy. Okay, Google CEO Sundar Pichai. Okay, it was interview of Sundar Pichai. That's where you have to keep learning from interview and top business people. Okay, so in some interview he said ki if you are hiring a best candidate for a very senior position, let's say vice president position, okay, VP position, and there are like 3 candidates or 5 candidates in front of you, and everybody has done a fantastic job in their life. Okay, so how will you choose the right one? So Sundar Pichai said a very simple thing. I will ask them what is the biggest failure which they have met in their life and how have they overcome it. Okay. And this statement actually helped me to deal with my low performances in a very nice manner. And I want all you people to also think the same. Whenever life or your circumstances is not going in your favor, accept it, nahi, tough chal raha hai. It's a hard phase, it's a tough phase. But you should know that if you overcome this situation properly, you will become more stronger than who you are. 2 outcomes will come. Either you will give up, you will quit, or you will overcome that situation. And always this mindset should be there. If I overcome it, I'll become stronger and a better person than who I was. And if you give up, you will become bad. You will become even worse. So push should always be in fixing it. Okay, and this statement of Sundar Pichai ke bhai, I will check what is their biggest failure and how did they overcome it. With this simple thought, I started pushing myself. It's a tough phase and I have to overcome, I have to overcome, I have to overcome. And I will do whatever it takes to overcome. So don't give up, because if you give up, you will even become worse than who you were. And that has bigger consequences. Okay, that's where low performance is a practical problem, but the right mindset will help you to solve it. Okay? So always overcome the struggle, because that's how you will become best. Okay? And once you deal with these failures, you will learn a lot about yourself. Okay? So enjoy this failure moment. Okay, because it's a learning phase, and it's like that grinding and a crushing phase which will make you more stronger, which will make you know how you think, how you act, and accept ki tough hai. Okay, and then put efforts to overcome. So this is the mindset, you have it. Love failure, be ready to pressurize yourself, torture yourself, but have that I should solve this problem no matter what happens. Because if you don't, your confidence level will start cracking there. You will be like, I gave up there, I cannot do it. And guys, देखो, low performance का और failures का ऐसा struggle है. If you keep running away from failures, it will keep coming in your life again and again. Let's say you left this job, you went to some other company. There also something will happen where you will be again in the same situation. And if you keep running, you will never be able to cross this bar. So come, face, accept, and overcome. The mindset has to be right. Love failure, know that it is there to make you stronger, and then put efforts to grow. Okay, now ठीक है, चलो let's see अभी what should be your action plan whenever you deal with this. Okay, and let's say now even the second category, you belong in the C or like D category people कि you are on an average your life is going like a low performance, क्या करोगे? ठीक है, let's see anything. ठीक है, देखो guys, first thing, our entire life transformation program that we created, okay, and I even like I have taken some sessions in my company as well about it because it's very important. Okay, your morning routine has to be really rock solid, and it should be more when you are into low performances. Because what happens is, when you are in low performance, it's like your confidence starts breaking, you feel like giving up, you start doubting yourself, you start becoming nervous, you don't believe in yourself anymore. ये सब होने लगेगा because you will be like, I cannot do it, this is so tough. Negative thoughts will start running, and when negative thoughts starts running, it happens, it's natural. Okay, you have to do something to dominate it and to suppress it. If you don't do anything, this will grow, and if you allow it to grow, it will lead to even bigger consequences. Okay, so that's where the morning routine has to be very proper, especially when you are dealing with low performance. Agar regular basis pe, if you are not doing it, it is fine, but when you are mentally broken inside, you need to fix that problem first. You need to get back in that confidence, I can do it and I can fix it, and it will not come just by itself. You have to put efforts to do that. Okay, so especially when you are dealing with these low points in your life, you need to have a strong morning routine. 2 3 very important things, guys. Simple hota hai, zyada nahi. 30 minutes in the morning if you spend, it will start working, your mindset will start changing. Okay, few things in YouTube or anywhere, you will find a lot of inspiring videos, okay, which will help you to trigger ki it's okay, you can do it, that kind of attitude injection. Okay, so when I went through those phases, I always like went through this kind of thing, a 5 minutes video every single day, plugging with headphone and just putting it in my ears, repeating it multiple times during the day, because you have to fight back what is broken inside your mind, that lack of confidence and all that. And there might be like everybody at work, you are going with low performance and everybody's pointing finger, okay, you are not able to do it, you cannot do it, and that even makes you feel more bad about yourself. Usko fight karne ke liye, you need to train your mind first, and it will not happen naturally automatically, you should do something about it. So daily morning, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, this power pack, you just Google some inspirational video about bouncing back, about doing it, on believing yourself, because that will generate reverse thoughts in your mind. If that doesn't happen, the negative portion will keep rising more and more and more. Self-doubts will grow, and uska impact will be like you will quit the job. As easy as that. But you need to understand, quitting is not the solution. The same situation will come to your next job also, because life will keep testing you forever, and you have to face it and fix it. Tabhi jaake you will become better than who you are right now. Okay, so first action which you should do in the morning is 5 10 minutes the power pack bounce back videos, believing, self belief, okay, attitude, confidence, you do that. Okay, and do it with like, yes, I can do it, and this thought of the mindset ki once I fix this problem, I will be better than who I am right now. That kind of attitude should start churning you better. Okay, uske baad guys, second thing, what happens is when you're in low performances, your stress level, the brain may different chemicals come. That's where the confidence goes low, stress comes more, pressure comes there. Okay, because the brain also starts behaving different, and there a lot of different wiring is happening. Okay, and that is where it becomes more tough. Okay, and that's where the second important thing, you need to really work out in those times. Mandatory, you should sweat, you should work out, because it is like practically seen with results. When you work out, the brain emits different chemicals which suppresses the stress hormones. Dekho guys, if you don't do this, the negative part will grow, and that impact will be very impactful for your life. You will not be able to focus, not be able to get the work done. That's where this morning time becomes very important. You do some deep breathe, You do some workout and you inject these powerful thoughts and believing in yourself. Okay, let's do it, let's do it, it's another day today, I can fix myself, let's do it, how challenging it can be, I'm becoming stronger. Like, do this self talk, inject it in yourself, and guys, that will help you to overcome the situations. Okay, in my life I have been through two phases where low points came. The first phase was a very tough one and I was not knowing all these techniques, but for the second phase I was knowing these techniques, so I applied that, and within 2 weeks I was able to overcome my situation. Okay, first time I was not knowing it, so it took a lot of time at that time, but in the second phase I applied these techniques. I promised to myself ki bhai karte hai, and overcoming it, within 2 weeks life came back to normal. Okay, so this is the second thing. Okay, and if possible throughout the day start feeding those same videos, and then you will realize ki gradually this portion will grow, the low performance, the mindset breaking will come less. Okay, so this is for mindset training. Mind should be in control, tab jaake you can fix the problem. So that's always the step one. Okay, mind if it is in control, then you can do other activities of actually solving your performance problem. Okay, now this is the first step, fix your mind. Now once your mind is fixed, now let's discuss the practical thing what you should do for fixing your low performance. Okay, we already said the step number one. Okay, reach out to your managers or the seniors and face the problem. Tell the problem, okay, hey, I'm dealing with this right now and I am doing this. Okay, you have to try to come up with a solution also on how you're trying to solve your problem. Okay, and this knowledge you give it to your seniors. Okay, I'm doing this, and can you also suggest me, I really want to get over this situation as quickly as possible. And then together along with them and you build an action plan. Yeah, I will do this, I will do this, and keep regularly reviewing it with them. You also review for yourself and with them also. They will be like, okay, in this happens, you can actually go through this kind of a training, it will help you in this manner, and daily then you do only this much of work, but make sure that this piece of work closes by the end of the day. So they will also help you in planning yourself nicely. Okay, so that's what it is. And even if you can plan yourself, ideally if you're doing 100% of work in your low performance time, try to pick only 60%. Discuss with your manager, I'm going through this, can I take less work, and then try to only finish that work cleanly, and then keep measuring that on a daily basis. Yes, I'm able to finish this, yes, I'm doing this kind of a training, by that way I'm able to overcome it. So the first model, okay, train. So that's how you can become better. Train your mind, train your skills. Okay, so that's what you also have to apply, the same training model to overcome your current situation. Mind training, your skills training, your behavior, attitude, whatever, but training pe pehla focus. And what to train, that you come up with a plan and discuss it with your seniors, together karo. Don't make it a personal problem, guys. Because I'm telling you, I'm leading a 40-member team and I want that all of my team members should perform to the best of their abilities. And if somebody is struggling somewhere, I would like to help them ki bhai chalo karte. Why? Because we want to build a long project in a long run. Okay? So I want them to be in a good state of mind so that they can contribute nicely. So your managers will also support you to overcome. You discuss with them, they will work like friends with each other, come up with a plan and then apply that. Okay? So once you apply that plan, keep regularly revisiting, and you will realize in a matter of a few weeks, you will start improving and you will start coming better than the situation. Okay? So this is how it is. Train. And I think most of you, okay, somewhere yahan pe it comes ki training itself will fix the problem. Even transfer will not be required. The second phase will not be required. It is for the company to think about transferring you somewhere else. But I personally believe if you really in your job, doing the right job, so with training itself, you can overcome that. Even transfer phase will not come, terminate phase will also not come. But if you're not doing these initial items of mindset training, action planning, executing it, reviewing it, then it gets into, oh, the performance is becoming even worse. Now it goes to like, okay, we have trained in, but still it's not improving. Then it gets into the termination layer. So try to fix the problem early by taking this action. Okay. Now another thing, company wale will have something called as PIP. Okay, it's, I think different companies might have a different name for that. A performance improvement program, PIP. and it's a program designed to help low performance so that they actually improve. So the industry is doing their best that they can to really improve the low performance. So company is trying to help. Okay, for example, while I was working somewhere, so our PIP policy was something like this: key, if somebody is performing low, okay, first you try to have a conversation. Whether if that person is not coming to you, you go to them, discuss with them, tell them that there is a problem, this is going wrong. Try to understand, okay, what is going wrong, okay, and try to help in a manner. Even after doing that activity, if the problem is not solved, then make it official. Because company ko bhi jana hai, right? It has to go through the phases: train, transfer, terminate. So low performance cannot be tolerated. It will like break the system like anything. Accept it. That's the industry, and you should respect the industry, because if you cannot deliver to the customers, then what are you doing at job? So we have to become good. We have to overcome it. It's our problem. Okay. Now then what happens is the policy was like, then drop an email with the details and the feedbacks in a written manner as a second warning. Ki bhai, these are the challenges. This is the plan. Let's work on this plan together and solve it. But official email ke saath. Let's say even after doing that, if the problem is not solved, then raise a second warning email, and in the second warning, raise it with the HRs also. मतलब involve the HR people कि भाई once we told friendly पहले करो unofficial, then make it official, and then give a second warning, and second warning may even raise it with the HR team. Okay, and after that also, if the performance is bad, then the senior or your supervisor will have a call with the HR team and then say, okay, this is what we are struggling with. HR will try to understand, okay, did you really provide genuine feedbacks to him? Was there an action plan? What have you done for training that candidate? HR division is for that. You cannot blindly just do something. HR will ask questions to your supervisor, okay, what did you do to solve the problem? Fine, the person is like that, but what did you do? How did you help to improve the situation? Then you should show, the supervisor will show, okay, we came with this action plan, we were measuring like this, but still it was bad only this, that. And then if it is a personal situation, HR will consider that also. HR will try to reach out to you, okay, what is the problem? How can we help you in doing that? And then maybe if you want leave, vacation, we can give you that also. Kuch to karke. But even after doing all of that research from HR side, even that person feels, he is a low performer and not a value add to the team, then that HR will actually tab jaake fir PIP mein dalte. So everybody is doing their best. Tab jaake they put it into this PIP, and PIP is nothing but for 1 month you will be inside PIP. They will give you dedicated work. Ki bhai, finish this, and this is what we are expecting, and they will do whatever help required so that you can do the job properly. For 1 month they will monitor you there, and if you're not able to get the work done, okay, so they can terminate you after that. So it's like the entire activity takes a lot of time, like maybe sometimes 2 months, 3 months. So that means it's a time of like 3 months of improvement. And you, if in the PIP phase, if you improve, you can be pulled out. And after you're out, if still low performance continue, एक और बार PIP में डालेंगे, and 2 attempts are maximum. Third time पे वापस नहीं डालते, you'll be immediately terminated. Nothing but companies have defined some process, because they want people to improve, and the improvement will only happen when you discuss the problem, you come up with the action plan, you train yourself, maybe take some additional courses, apply it at work, measure your progress, and then it will happen. So you should also follow the same strategy, whether your company, your managers are doing it or not, but make this as your own strategy. Whenever you deal with it, reach out to the manager, accept it, share your plan. This is how I'm trying to overcome this. This is how I'm trying to take the training. Ask their inputs, take those inputs, apply that plan, keep reviewing it on regular basis. So if you do that, it will not be even getting into these warnings and official emails. That's the beauty part. If you take responsibility of situation, it will never even touch the PIP phases. But if you don't do anything, if you're hiding, not sharing, then it will go into this PIP. Okay, so you take responsibility of that low performance, you decide I want to fix it, ask ke kaise karna hai, you share your ideas, start working, start measuring on a daily basis. 2 hafte mein you will be able to overcome that. Okay, so simple guys, apply this whenever you feel with low performance. Have a proper morning routine, Talk to people, put up an action plan, measure your progress, and then weekly, 2 weekly basis में you will realize that you are able to overcome the situation. Okay, fine. So this was the first half. Clear, guys? Understood? ठीक है. अभी लो परफॉर्मेंस कुड बी एनीथिंग. ओके, पीआईपी में एक और चीज यहाँ पे अंडरस्टैंड पीपल. पीआईपी में देयर वर इंस्ट्रक्शंस प्रोवाइडेड टू अस, not just technical challenges, but even attitude problems of the people can belong there. So if you have ego, attitude, you want to take a like bad candidate, basically you're technically very good but you're a bad candidate. Like you don't give opportunities to others, you are like selfish, you're egoistic person. Even those people will be put in PIP. They will be said ki bhai, your problem is you're not helpful, you're not a team player, we are expecting this from you. Even punctuality and absentees, like you're not even telling anything. Okay, मतलब you take leave by your own choice without informing to the people. थोड़े ऐसे नमूने भी होते हैं industry. So that's also a problem. ठीक है. So unfortunately I had to lay off some people because of that reason. 3 years of experience, एक बंदा था team में, he was a tester, 3 years of experience, and like he was thinking the system is his system, like we have a working time different, he's coming by his own choice, he has cracked a deal with the HR कि भाई I have some other thing also, so I cannot come on the proper official time. HR somehow agreed at the time of hiring. Okay, so we were providing our concessions, but after that he started taking some offs. Okay, and for 2 days he was not available on phone, and we are like, साले कौन तो नहीं कर दिया इसने. And then he comes back, मतलब trying to take everything like for granted. What can we do? Like बोला भाई ठीक है, आजा PIP में face to face करके खत्म करते हैं इसको. You also be happy with your life, we also be happy. ठीक है. That's what. So always, guys, never blame it on company. Understand that you also have some role to play in this, and the company wants you to improve, but you understand the fact, if you're not able to improve and give to the project, what will the customers will always have problem, your team members will have a problem. So that means growth is the only thing. Okay, there is nothing like bad, don't take it in a wrong manner. So company wants you to grow and you should grow, and when these two things happen, then good projects will be done. Okay, that is the first half of the project, first half of our session. Okay, dealing with low performance, simple hota hai, but it is going to be very painful. Mind will be affecting you, depressions bhi aate hai usme, so bounce back, it will take some time, but in 2 weeks you will be able to come back. It is based upon practical experience I'm saying. एंड वो बंदे को 3 वीक का छुट्टी दिए, ही केम बैक विद अ वेरी पावरफुल कॉन्फिडेंस कि चलो करते हैं, बनाते हैं प्रोजेक्ट, राइट. सो somehow energy comes, and I would personally say, if you can take a, I was reading one book there, I got this technique. If you can take a 3-day vacation and go for traveling, don't be at your home, don't be alone in such phases, don't be alone, it will impact you more. Take a 3-day vacation. 3 is a required number, not 2, not 1, not one weekend or not few hours. Take a 3-day vacation, travel to some place where there is greenery and nature. Okay, there was an entire book written after a lot of research. If you stay in a natural environment for 3 days, okay, automatically the brain changes inside. If you feel that fresh ground, mud, the greenery around, the birds chirping, if all of those things are happening, in 3 days, your brain will change. So if you're going through very tough phases right now and nothing is helping out, take a 3-day vacation. Don't try to think about this. Just go outside, be in nature, take a vacation with your friends or family. And 3 दिन के बाद when you come back, na, you will be in a much better mind state. And उसके बाद plan and start fixing your items. ठीक है? But don't let the pressure mount upon you. So all these techniques you can apply and it really works out nicely. Okay, okay, fine. Chalo, now let's get on with the second part of our session, okay, which is dealing with politics. Okay, chalo, एक पहले पानी पी लेते हैं थोड़ा सा. You need to understand, कभी भी it can come in your life at any time. ठीक है. Now let's understand the second thing. Okay, dealing with politics. Now, first of all, like what exactly is corporate politics? Okay, like there will be some people, and you don't know when or which company you'll find them. There will be some people, they will take away opportunities from you. Okay, they will not give you the right recognition. They will not give you growth opportunities, like promotions में problem करेंगे. ठीक है. There will be some people, they will ask you to do work but they will take the credit. ठीक है. And this is what is corporate politics. Okay, they will not allow you to grow basically. That's called corporate politics. They will take away opportunities, they will make you do their work, they will take the credit for that, and they will make your life really very bad in the company. That's what is corporate politics. And देखो, again, थोड़ा सा let's think through very logically here कि क्या होता है. Okay, you know this point, right? कि some saying, a stitch in time saves nine. कभी सुने हो क्या? A stitch in time saves nine. It's a proverb. ठीक है. Which means कि stitch in time saves nine. मतलब let's say अगर शर्ट यहाँ पे let's say कुछ मेरे टी शर्ट में अगर यहाँ पे एक थोड़ा सा it started with a crack. Okay, so as soon as some crack comes, if you stitch it then and there itself, it is going to be like fixing the problem. But if you don't fix the problem then and there itself, this maybe tearing will spread, and then you have to do 9 stitches. This is where the proverb comes. A stitch in time saves 9. Matlab, when the problem has started, then itself address the problem, because if you don't do it, future may it will become very big, and for solving it, lot of efforts will be required. This is the root cause for corporate politics. Okay, as soon as you see the beginning that something is going on, then itself you should try to solve the problem. And even before that, you should do things in a certain manner कि it should never begin. Corporate politics should never begin. Your behavior at work should be in such a manner. Today we are going to discuss that. कि corporate politics, that starting itself will not happen. Forget about dealing with the consequences of that. Okay, if you don't even allow it to start by behaving in a certain manner in the industry, it is possible. Okay, if you act in a certain manner in the industry, you will not make rivalries with people, you will not face all these things with people, and people will respect you more, and they will not pull you into these all corporate politics. So if you act in a certain manner, and if you do that, that's it. This initiation will never happen, and if this never initiates, it will not get into a time where people will take away your opportunities. Okay, I'm still, there will be always exceptional cases कि no matter what you do, सामने वाला बहुत ही गंदा है. So very corner cases will be there, but just take a step by step. So if your behavior in the industry is of a certain ethics and behaviors, so you will never get involved with any of this corporate politics. Okay, and if you're not behaving like that, you might get involved, and then the drama and all the roller coaster ride will happen. And then what happens? Let's say we'll discuss about this behavior, but say let's say if you're not installing this behavior and you get trapped in all of this corporate politics, then there are two things how people respond majorly. There are two. Okay, fight mode or flight mode. Fight is like you become angry, like your emotions take over, you become angry, you start screaming on people, you start telling this that blah blah blah, like fire ignites in you कि मेरे साथ ऐसा किया एले ये किया एले. ठीक है. So that kind of a fighting attitude comes, aggression comes. Okay, and that's because people don't meditate, right? So it's all connected. People don't understand ki why am I being so aggressive, why am I not able to be peaceful in this, because you have never trained your mind to do that. That's where everything connects. But yeah, logo ko let them face it. Then they will understand. So the first thing is ki then how people react is in a fire aggressive manner, trying to pull them back, push them back, that kind of attitude comes. Or second is ki bhai, you be here, I will go, I'll quit, and I'll move to the other organization. Generally two things, I'll fight, and I'll go to another organization. People choose one of these two things majority of the times. Okay, now you need to understand, guys, ki any company, any project might have this situation. And if you have a running away attitude, that's a very bad attitude for your entire life. If you have a giving up attitude, running away attitude, you will never be able to win in life. You will always, challenge comes, you will give up and go, give up and go, give up and go. And the more you do it, you will never become strong inside. Okay, and then फिर life में आगे बढ़ना है तो you have to like take a stand, you have to face it, you have to deal with it. So the thing is कि don't have that attitude कि भागना है. Okay, there will be a time where you quit, that's okay. I'm not saying कि deal with all that pressure and like मरते रहो वहां पे, I'm not saying that, but after certain time you make that decision. Okay, there will be some things, no matter how much you do to solve the problem, still the problem will not be solved. In such cases, yes, you quit, you move on, that's fine. But straight away, whenever you deal or get stuck into this corporate politics, straight away running away ka thought bhi nahi aana chahiye, because it will again come in your life, and you again, if you keep running, it's a problem. So don't get that thought I should quit, I should move out. Okay, the first approach should be, I want to solve this problem, and try to think from that perspective, what can be done and how can I solve it from that perspective. Abhi we will even discuss about that part. How do you solve, what actions can you do in order to solve your corporate politics? But running away, keep it as the last option. If you have done everything, still it is not working, it's bad, then you quit, that's fine. Okay, it's not about we were not able to do. सामने वाला is like, बोलते हैं ना वो क्या, पत्थर का है बंदा, लाइक कुछ भी करो इमोशन होता ही नहीं है, पत्थर बन गया है वो आदमी, राइट? पीपल आर मेकिंग हेल इन लाइफ. ठीक है, सो फाइन. सो द फर्स्ट कंक्लूजन इज, okay, you need to act in a certain manner in the industry so that you don't get even involved in corporate politics. Now we will understand this behavior. Next, if you get involved in corporate politics, first reaction should not be to quit, because the problem will come again in your life. So don't quit, try to solve it. So now we need to understand these two pieces. What should be the initial behavior okay, you don't get involved? Second, if you get involved, what should you do as your immediate next action? Because there will be a number of ways of doing it. I'm trying to share the best which I feel, and it I've seen it work with some people. There will be a number of ways as well. So you consume it, you think about it again, and then you add your own maturity to it. Okay, customize it. It's all open for, there is no rule book for it. Okay, it's all about what you feel is right and how you do it. Okay, but I feel okay, this is what is my behavior first. Okay, how to deal with it. Okay, so first of all, let's say, what should be your behavior at work in order to not get into this politics at all. Okay, देखो, there is one important thing कि what kind of a person you are, that matters everything. Okay, what kind of person you are, nothing but your attitude, your day-to-day, how do you treat other people, how do you respect other people, how do you communicate with other people, what are your technical skills. Okay, nothing but these kind of things. You can even make a note. So guys, yeah, make this note ki the kind of person you are. Okay, that is the starting point. If you are a wrong person, कि तुम्हारा ये एटीट्यूड खराब है, तो people will always try to misuse you, right? So first, okay, so be the right person. उसके अंदर just mention few things. Develop new skills. So always keep learning, developing new skills. Second, be reliable and trustworthy. Be reliable and trustworthy. लोगों का trust, guys, don't never break the trust of people. That should be your attitude. If you say something, you just do it. You don't backstrap people. Okay, that's the second. Third, be friendly and respectful. Try to mix with people, always treat everybody with respect. Okay, no matter how good or bad they are, but from your side, always be respectful for them. Next, communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. Next, honesty and integrity. Okay, next, your growth plus growth of the people around you. This is very important. Okay, first write it down. Your growth plus growth of the people around you. Okay, and the next one is the last one, key, tracking your work. Okay, tracking your work. So tracking your work into bracket, whatever we discussed yesterday, right? Jira ke andar process and all. So do that, because what happens is whenever people get trapped in politics, the first thing which happens is they try to say ki this guy doesn't work, and they use that. So they say ki in the past 6 months he has not done any great work, and people try to use these situations. So if you don't have an evidence ki bhai I have worked on so much big projects, there were complex challenges, so tracking your work becomes like proofs, evidences बनने लगेंगे. ठीक है? So एक बार just read through it again. Develop new skills. This is how you should be at work, always constantly learning, always developing new skills. You should be reliable and trustworthy. If you give your word to somebody, you should stick to that no matter what. Okay, so you should be reliable and trustworthy. Be friendly and respectful. You have to communicate clearly. If you know something, you know it. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay, next, be honest and increase integrity. And next one is, okay, let's take some time, and recording your work is nice, but let's take time on this one a bit. Okay, your growth plus that of the people around you. Okay, and separately mention this. Think win-win situation. No matter how good you are, but if you are not doing something where the people in front of you feel that they are also benefited, people will attack you. If let's say you are the best person of yourself, but others are not growing because of you, they will attack you at any time in their life. And you need to understand that that's how life is. That's how human nature is, because people will become jealous about you. Okay, so that's how human nature. So it becomes your responsibility. It becomes mandatory for you कि भाई other people should also grow with you. If they don't grow and only you grow, people will attack you. That's how life is. So only your growth is not your priority. Your priority should be think win-win. You should grow, I should grow. And if you achieve this statement, then you will never involve in any kind of corporate politics. And even if you get trapped, all the people who you have helped in growth, they will all stand with you and they will fight with you to deal with that problem. It's the ultimate thing. No matter how good you are, how great you do all the other things, but if you are not helpful, people will attack you someday in your life. And that's how life is. The sooner you understand, the better it is. You should be at service. You should make your priority कि भाई others should also grow, because it will start impacting you if others are not growing. People will not like your growth. People are jealous. That's how life is. Okay, but if you help others to grow, somehow human nature is like they start trusting you. Then they want you to grow even bigger because you are taking them along with you. So understand, it's a human nature, and you should make that as your priority. It's not optional. If you consider this optional कि भाई why should I take others along with me, then you will get trapped in this corporate politics. Somebody, कोई आएगा बंदा जो खींचने लगेगा पीछे, अच्छा और करता है, okay, you grab these things also, देखते हैं आगे. Okay, so understand this. Think win-win. You should grow, your people should grow, and make it a priority that they should grow. Sometimes even if you are not growing, that is fine, but they should grow. I have been with some situations. Okay, some of my friends have been with situations ki he did the work but gave the complete credit to the other guy, and he applied that strategy basically when he was actually stuck in that corporate politics. Recovery phase में इतना आ गया था कि भाई वो काम करता था, and he personally in emails and all that give the recognition to other people so that they stop attacking him. ठीक है, so वो लेवल तक जाना पड़ेगा. You do their work intentionally and you say कि they have done it, okay, because you want to maintain peace with them. So but initially itself have this thing, you should grow, they should grow. Sometimes even if they are growing, you are not growing, that is also fine. Why? Because your life is in your control, and if you really want to grow, nobody can stop you from your growth. Nobody can stop you. Nobody has the power. You wake up early, you sleep late, you work hard, you do your parallel project, you do your POCs, you will grow for sure. Others are not having the same mindset, and if they don't have it, they will never grow. So you can take care of yourself, but थोड़ा सा साथ में उन लोगों को भी दो who cannot really do it. So the people who basically do politics, they are not able to take care of their own lives, and that's where they feel that politics is the way by which we can actually grow in life, but they will live a very miserable life actually. Okay. So but if you are in control, you can deal with that. So understand, put this is the solution by which you will never get involved in any corporate politics. Okay, think win-win. If you do this, your life will be peaceful. Now another thing, the next level thing of this, okay, you need to build a network in your company. The network with people with power. तो थोड़ा सा अपने को भी गेम खेलना पड़ेगा. Okay, you guys have to do that for your own sake. You need to build a network with people with power in your organization. Okay, and especially you should be in a very good books with your manager. Just write this thing down. Very good page with your manager, and build a network with people with power in your organization. And let me tell you, if you don't put efforts on this, it will not happen by itself. It doesn't happen magically. You need to work hard to strengthen this relationship. That's what we said. First, be a core person, very nice. And on top of that, do these additional things. What, like nobody can then touch you in the industry. ठीक है, सामने से कुछ भी हो जाए, तो first all the people who you have helped, they will stand with you. And then there will be situations if you make this network nice, those are the people with power. They just say ki Tausif, you do this and like ho jayega, that's it. You don't even have to worry about politics anymore. Okay, so now think about this point for a moment. Building network. Okay, what you should do, how you should do, everything is a plan and a strategy. Okay, you should study, okay, who are the managers, who are the HRs, who are the people in power in the managers and HRs. Thoda sa, you also have to study the system. Okay, understand what is your manager, what does he want, what is the chain of hierarchy above him. Okay, what are the managers of the other teams of the same top layer. Try to initiate some conversations with them. Try to go beyond your working bracket to help them, support them in their projects. Try to have HRs in your confidence. HRs का guys public granted लेती है, but HR के पास बहुत power होता है. ठीक है, they have ultimate power. Even if somebody says कि निकाल दो ये बंदे को, HR बोलेगा नहीं, he will be there in the company. ठीक है, HR is having their own role. So be in the good books of HR. They can do a lot. So identify these people in your organization who has influence, who can do something, and somehow you belong in their network by chatting with them, by calling them. Abhi, now it's completely up to your mind how you can utilize this. But karna padega. If you do that, and let's say anytime you are getting stuck in any of these politics, you just drop message, this guy is getting into all these things with me. Like, can you guide what should I do? And he'll just say, okay, you don't worry, I'll take care. That's how life becomes simple. That's the power of network. Okay. So step number 1, you become the person who is helpful, who is really good, smart, growing technically. Step number 2, focus on your growth plus your team members' growth. They will always support you no matter what happens. They will always support you no matter what happens. Okay. And if you don't keep them as the priority, they will attack you. That's human nature. Understand that. You have to serve, then only you will grow. Understand that. And that's where I'm trying to give so much value to you guys, because I want you all to grow, because this is what I have learned from my life. When you grow, I will feel ki yeah, to apni ek army ban rahi hai, life transformation dekh lege duniya ko. This is how it works. Together, bigger things can happen. If I am alone, nothing can happen. Okay, so this is what you should build your own empire with your people around, and that is only possible once you be at service to them. Okay, not by showing how smart you are, by making them smart. This is how you grow big in your life. That's nothing but thinking like a leader. Okay, and the third is key, network with strong people. Okay, so once you do this, you will realize you will never get into this political dramas and the games. Okay, and one another quality which make a note of this, who are the people who will get trapped. Okay, it is somebody who already have manipulated mind. Okay, मतलब अगर तुम खुद ही गंदे हो ना, तो somehow you will be getting trapped. If you itself have that corrupted mind ki I will not allow that person to do, he's taking away credit from me, I'll also do like this to him. If you are that person, the chances that you will get trapped in this loop easily will grow. Okay, I'll give you one simple example. I was watching this documentary of Lijjat Papad. Okay, so it's I think Mumbai ki some startup, they came up with this concept ki women who are at home, so like taking the women and they will put up this papad and then they will sell it further to people, and by that way their home revenue will also start coming, and then they, with a service they started their business and it really grew to a very large extent. Okay, and so it was like they installed one policy. That policy is important, that's where I took this example. They installed a policy ki no whispering policy. You cannot whisper, धीरे धीरे बात नहीं कर सकते, talk it loud and in front of everyone. And they said ki with simply applying this policy, there was no gossip at work and there was no friction. Because whenever people come together and whenever they gossip, some damage is going to happen to the system. So they removed that. सामने सामने बात करो भाई जो भी है. Let's talk it face to face. Backbiting नहीं चलेगी. कोई गंदा है तो बोलो कि भाई गंदा है. On the face. तो सिर्फ तेरे में ये प्रॉब्लम है. Not like पीछे से अरे तेरे को पता है क्या तो उसमें ये प्रॉब्लम है. वो सब नहीं. ठीक है, तो they installed this policy and it proved to work. Okay, this is how I want ki all of us should be at work. And that's where in corporate life there is this kind of a culture, open table culture, open door policies, nothing but hidden में कुछ नहीं रहेगा. Open table culture in our office also, tech mojo में open table culture है. CEO and everybody sits on the same table, we talk, there is no cubicles and cabins here and there. Okay, we are all on the floor, open table culture. That's where companies like Amazon and multiple places में same डाल दिए वो. Okay, and apply that, because जो भी बात करना है loud and in face to face. And because of that, you will be like not backstabbing people, not backbiting people. So always you start including this in your nature. Don't talk about anybody कि he's bad to somebody else कि वो बंदा बहुत बुरा है. Never get into that loop, because to whoever you are doing it, you cannot trust him. He will further talk to somebody else and he will be like, oh, Tosif was saying like this about that person. The gossip will spread, and when you are part of this chain, someday people will talk about you also in the same manner. And this is the starting point where the people gets pulled into politics. ये अच्छा तौसिफ ने ऐसे बोला ना, ठीक है अभी अपन ये करेंगे. And that's where the drama begins. So don't allow that to happen. Be transparent. सही है गलत है face to face to whoever people you're talking to. Okay, and if you do that, people will not interfere with you बोलेंगे यार ये सबको बोल देंगे आपको. So people will also be scared, नहीं बहुत honest बंदा है ये सबको बोल देता है, let's not play with him. ठीक है, so apply this no backbiting, open table culture. Corporate has tried to implement that, but you live that. ठीक है, किसी के बारे में किसी को बुरा मत बोलो. Okay, regarding anybody, don't tell anything wrong about anybody in the back of them. If you want to give feedback, go and face to face give it to that person. Okay, this is your problem, man. I want to help you to solve it. Let's solve it together. That will earn respect. You go back and tell okay, that there is a problem, it will not work out. Okay, so apply this. If this is your behavior at work, you will never involve with any corporate politics. Okay, now let's say you did not perform like this and now you are in a trap of this corporate politics. What to do in order to overcome that? Okay, देखो, again it's like कि just bring down your egos. Okay, start giving respect to people and start creating some value for them. If required, apologize for people. देखो, angry होने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. If you get aggressive, angry, fighting, it's not going to work out. ठीक है, so start respecting, start giving value to them, and start seeing के face to face बात करो कि भाई देखो, we have come to this, but I don't like working like this right now. So tell us ki how do we solve the problem. Okay, and try to agree on some terms, solutions, and then accordingly just confront the situation and bolo, I want to really solve this problem, and then जो भी चाहिए from your side, do some favors for the other people who are actually bullying you. ठीक है, अच्छा भाई ठीक है, I do this, ले ले, ठीक है. So kind of credit sharing, win-win situations, so that intensity should be more even higher. You recognize them in front of others, you appreciate them in front of others. ठीक है, so थोड़ा सा get into that model of like offering really some service and trying to be at peace with them. ठीक है, but one thing you have to remember, never allow people to misuse you. Okay, never allow people to misuse you, because if you do that, in future they will start dominating and causing a lot of trouble. So always you should be in your control, and if you see somebody misusing, talk to them, okay, I'm not liking this, why are you doing all this, thoda baat karo. Okay, rather than playing games, go talk, and like don't allow people to really use you, and like some, you have to take a stand for yourself. Okay, so you have to be kind, you have to be trustworthy, okay, you have to be helpful, and at the same time you need to take a stand for yourself. You will not allow people to misuse you, because if they allow bullying you, फिर life like service तो कर रहे हैं, but like we are like with respect. It's not कि यार we are doing everything for you and you are still like crossing us down and all that. Like respect. Okay, that's where build a network and do all these things so that you can actually be nice in the game there. Okay, so just understand these few things, and give a win-win to bounce back from that corporate situation. Also, if you're already trapped into some politics right now, okay, identify the people. Your next action should be identify the people who is causing the trouble, have one-on-one discussion with each of the person, accept that ki whatever is happening between us, I'm not liking it, could you please suggest how do we make this better. Okay, and it's okay guys, thoda sacrifice karo, give them the credit, it is fine. Okay, so but talk it out, let them do it, apna time aayega. Okay, we will grow, we'll make our way through it. So but yeah, confront it, talk it one on one with the people, try to put some solution and apply that. That's the only thing which you can straight away do, and do as best as you can. Okay, but even if you see after doing all your efforts to work your best to serve them also nicely, still they are continuing in the same flavor, then in that case even use your other network, spread your network, try to go to your managers, maybe managers, try to build all that network there in a quick period of time. Okay, and if you still feel it's not working out, yes, it's okay to move, but play first. You be in the game, try to solve the problem, and after doing your best, there will be some people who will never improve. There will be some people like that, and if you don't break your head in front of such people, it's okay, you move out and you continue separately some other company, because you will find there will be other companies with very good people also. So but don't draw conclusion ki every company is like this, every people are like that. Okay, and another thing before we close, okay, don't do it and don't allow others to do it. Lead by example. So whatever principles we spoke about today, you even teach other people while you are at work. Hey, why are you talking about that person? Don't talk to me like that. I say, I'm not going to listen, and you should also not say anything to other people like this. जो भी है जाके सामने बोल. Like encourage people to be transparent. Okay, and if you start doing it, you will be safe from all these games. Okay, and there is this one important thing, guys. What happens is people in the company build their own network, right? And that's where we are saying we should also have a powerful network. So a group of 4 or 5 people, they come together and they are like, okay, kisi fifth wale ko aage jaane hi nahi denge. All these dirty games will also happen. So try to see how do you really mix with these people also. Don't try to be rival. Don't take up fights in the company unnecessarily. Okay, focus on your growth, career, project, parallel growth, वो सब चीजें. But don't get into कि भाई लड़ना है IT में जाके इसको ये बताएंगे. Don't get into all of that. It will kill your time and it will kill your growth. Okay, I heard about. I think you might have also heard about this. Okay, कोई in APJ Abdul Kalam in some interview. Okay, it was being discussed many decades ago की बात है. So it was being discussed ki about war, India versus किसी का fight होगा, war होगा, ठीक है? And people were saying, he said this nice thing, कि if we get in a war, our country will go like 10 years behind. मतलब इतना अपना पैसा, people and all, whatever progress we are doing right now as a country, we will just go back 10 years. मतलब इतना चला जाएगा if we get into war. So better to avoid war, so and focus on growth so that we will grow further as a nation. Okay? And that works. It works at your day-to-day work life. If you get into these fights and rivalries, you will not have a peace of mind. Plus, your growth will never happen. It will be like, oh, I have to go with the same people again and again and all that. So try to make peace at work. Okay? And parallelly keep learning. So we have so many things which we are sharing as part of our growth dailies, 24 hours mastery, this, that. Learn. There is so much to learn. You can learn independent. Elon Musk said that it's not required to go to college for learning. Everything is available on internet right now. So if you want to grow, you can grow. Nobody can stop you from doing that. So don't really get into that negative environment. So try to always be at peace there. Okay? So whatever we discussed today, go through the session again. Notes whatever you have noted down, think through it. Okay, and keep revisiting. This is not like one time. This should become your behavior. It needs evolved people to deal with all this. So एक एक काम करना शुरू करो इस पे. ठीक है, start working on that. You will find that life will be very peaceful. Okay. Chalo, it's already 10:13 right now. We will be closing our day today, and tomorrow is the fourth day. We are going to do some discussions on career planning, and after that Friday we will be ending out with this workshop, and then we'll announce like from 1st March onwards we are starting with the Life Transformation Season 14 program. Okay, so it's going to be again like really interesting. I'm working on those projects again, so I'll make something. So this Friday we'll do some announcement of that. So season 14 will start, and then there is a plan of career transformation program as well. I'm even working on that right now. And tomorrow morning 6, let's meet up. So some of you guys were coming every day, so that's good. Understand the value of that morning routine because that's very important. It impacts your every day. Okay, chalo, thank you all and have a nice day, and see you guys with grand success in your life. Okay, chalo, thank you all, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye bye.